guys, Lemmy here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about something that I've seen very frequently over the years. Essentially, it's one person telling someone else that if you don't fill in the blank, then you will never improve at art. What do I mean by this? And how can I generalize by putting a fill in the blank statement there? Wouldn't I have to be more specific so that you can either agree or disagree and form your own opinions? It would seem to make sense that depending on what we fill that statement with, it would lead to some completely different results. However, I don't necessarily think that I actually do need to give a specific example. It's the entire idea of absolutes. That if you do or do not do something, it will then render you completely unable to improve your skills as an artist, or make it so that you may never achieve anything better than what you are now. And I think that making any sort of statement like this is completely unreasonable and also just impossible. Honestly, I see a lot of these comments, and it's not just YouTube. I see it on different art websites and forums and things like that. And however, I did receive a comment like this yesterday, which actually prompted today's video. And I've blocked out the username and the icon here. And it's not that I specifically dislike this specific person or anything like that, but I'm showing this comment because it's pretty standard and it's a really good example of the kinds of comments I'm talking about in today's video. It's just a random person lecturing another random person about how their behavior or lack of behavior directly results in the stunting of artistic ability and or vision. And I'm not even going to talk about the entire idea of the comment. Today's video is built strictly upon the second part of that comment. It's the statement of, with that mindset, you'll never improve. So this comment here talks about humility and how being conceited will somehow stunt your growth as an artist, and that you'll never improve unless you change your outlook. And let's just for a moment replace this comment with something that's a bit more mainstream or more widely accepted, but still with absolutes. So let's say if you don't practice regularly, your art will never improve, which I think has the potential to be read as a somewhat reasonable statement. If we stop using a skill, we may become rusty, right? However, even in a more widely accepted statement like this, it's still completely wrong. If you don't practice regularly, you may get rusty, it's a possibility. But to say that if you don't practice regularly, that it will directly lead you to not improving, or that you will never improve, is completely incorrect. Just the other day, my brother was at a pizzeria and he drew something on a placemat with a crayon. And what he made that night was 5 bazillion times better than what he used to draw 10 plus years ago when he actually liked drawing and did it extremely frequently. So in general, I think blanket statements like these are just completely false, especially if it's telling you that it directly halts the progression of something as subjective and forever changing as art. And it's not just comments about humility or practicing regularly. There are tons of comments like these out there, and they all have different reasonings attached to them. And some of these are made by people commenting on the internet, like the one we saw today. Others are made by people who have large YouTube accounts and large followings on different platforms. Some even by people you know personally, and in many cases, even art teachers will make statements like these. But whether it's not sketching enough, not working quickly enough, being confident in yourself. I mean, like anything really. There's always someone out there to tell you that you'll never improve because you didn't do it in the way that they did it themselves. And this idea is just everywhere. For example, if you don't accept critiques well, your art will never improve. Or if you don't like certain styles of art, your art will never improve. Or if you don't draw hyperrealism first, your comics are going to suck. You know, somehow a magical barrier will fall from the sky and trap you in a cage of sucky art for the rest of your life, unless you change your misled ways and adapt to another person's ideals. And honestly, I find it completely ridiculous. One thing does not have the same effect on every single person on the planet. And yet, the world is full of these all-encompassing, lecturing statements anyway. So, I'm here right now to simply tell you that it's annoying. And not only is it annoying, it's also not true. Okay, you could say that if you practice, you probably will improve more quickly than if you didn't. And this would be a fair statement. But to say that if you do not practice, you will not or never will improve, like, that is just completely mind-blowingly incorrect. I think it's important to realize that we're all different people, and different things work for different people in different ways at different points in your life. So, my best advice would to simply just be try a whole bunch of things. See what works for you, what you enjoy, and try to figure out what you're looking to get out of your own artwork. Don't take people's advice to be solid fact. No matter how much you like or respect someone's art or them as an artist, you know, one artist's suggestion may not work at all for you, but it might work wonders for someone else. And that's pretty much it. And I realize this video probably is a bit aggressive with my opinion, but like, honestly, I'm so tired of seeing people lecturing one another about an activity that is so open to doing whatever you want, whenever you want, and however you want. One of your own personal practices, ideas, characteristics, or guidelines will not be the universal remedy for all others on the planet. And sharing those opinions may help some, but it does not result in directly improving the entire population as a whole. I'm just gonna end it now. I said my opinion, and I'm well aware that it's just one opinion in a vast sea of ideas. So what do you guys think? Can you figure out any one specific vital behavior that will completely stop the improvement of artwork? And on the flip side, like a more optimistic outlook, what behaviors have helped you specifically with improving your own artwork? And if you could pick a few things that you've done that really helped you, what would they be? And the reason I'm asking this is that maybe your practices can inspire someone else who's reading the comment section to give it a try and see if it may help them. So let me know what you think. I'll be looking through the comments section and I'll definitely be reading your thoughts. Oh, one more thing. This is really important. I had a charity live stream on Sunday night into Monday, and we held it for the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. And I just wanted to say a big thank you for those of you who attended the stream. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun. We were doing it for 12 hours. I went for 16, but then I got my friend on call and he was doing some musical stuff and then I had to go sleep. He really put me to bed at the end. But I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for your generosity. I really super appreciate it and I'm so proud of you. You guys are just wonderful people. I'm gonna get going. I'll see you guys next week for another art video. If you have any future topics you would like for me to cover, feel free to suggest them down below, and maybe I'll talk about a topic that you want to hear about. I've also kind of been in a seasonal depression sort of thing with winter, and hopefully that will come to an end and I'll be able to upload regularly again, but I don't know. I've been pretty down this year. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, I'll really try for next week as well. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope that you're doing well, and thanks again for being awesome. Okay. Bye guys.